Most business owners overpay in taxes and under-realize the amount of money that they could have for retirement because of one big problem. It's the business broker. Now we're calling out business brokers, but this happens in the whole M&A world. The terminology of what the sell-side advisor typically varies by the size of the sale. So typically in the small business world, say sub 4 million, it's typically run by business brokers. Once you get to 4 to kind of 10 million, they call themselves M&A advisors. And above the 10 million or 15 million, you typically have investment bankers. But really, it's all the same thing. They all do the same behavior. Now, one feature of all of them, we're gonna keep picking on business brokers because that's who do most of the transactions for those who might be watching this video, but they are so afraid of losing their commission that they're unwilling to let the customer or encourage their customer to talk to other advisors that can help them with other parts of the process. So I've even seen this in the investment banking world. If someone might be selling their business for $100, $200 million, there's major work that needs to be done in that person's personal life. If they're gonna sell a business for $100, $200 million, that needs to be done before the transaction is completed. But the investment bankers wall off the wealth advisors from the deal and say, do not talk to them. Do not do anything that could possibly slow down or interact with this deal coming to a close. And the seller gets really hurt by that because they don't get to do the estate planning and tax planning that needs to be done. And that's true if you're doing a $3 million deal, just as true as you're doing a $100 or $200 million deal. That the brokers, they're so protective of that commission and they're so afraid that if they have you talk to your wealth advisor, if they have you work with your accountant, that something might happen to lose that transaction, that they don't do the things that need to be done. Ultimately, I always think this comes down to a lack of confidence. I've always had the feeling that if I do a really good job for my clients and my customers, I have no fear of losing them to someone else. I think advisors that maybe aren't that strong are worried that an accountant or a wealth advisor might poke some holes in what they're doing or give some doubt about them as the advisor. They might put something into the seller's mind that could cause a delay. But most things, if it's done right and done in parallel, aren't going to cause a delay to the close. And that's really the key. But there are things that need to be done before an actual offer is made. There are certain types of trust structures that can be used that can reduce taxes. Now, these aren't magic bullets. They're typically CRUTs, GRATs, and CRATs, where typically you give up some control of the money. There's no free lunch by using a trust to avoid taxes. A lot of times brokers don't introduce their clients to advisors or kind of keep them away from their current advisors is because they want to make sure the deal closes. They want to make sure it closes faster so they can get their commission. But you, as a seller, you're going to miss out on good tax saving opportunities like FRE organizations, CRUTs, GRATs, or IDGITs. These are trust structures that can be used to reduce taxes, but that have to be put in place before the actual letter of intent is signed. And even trying to time investing in some type of opportunity zone fund that can defer your capital gains. So there's lots of strategies, lots of things that can be done if your whole team is working holistically. Now, this is what we do at Summit Successions, is that we feel that our superpower is that I have a background in wealth management as well as doing transactions. So knowing what needs to be done in your personal life to help save in taxes and set yourself up for a better retirement, along with not only presenting and marketing your business in the best fashion, putting it in the best light to try to get the highest price. We think that's really where we differentiate ourselves from others in the market. So if you have any questions about anything related to buying, selling a business, leave them in the comments. And if you're ready to sell your business or start prepping your business for sale, send us a message.